You're 2 outs away from losing the World Series. You got Ohtani with the ability to hit at the top of the lineup. Getting someone on base would simply be amazing. But you're looking for the snipe home run. Having Miggy Rojas as that person, and I've known Miggy for a decade. Miggy, one of the most important players on our team when we were trying to patch it all together after Jose Fernandez died. Miggy Rojas is exactly what everyone in the league knows he is, except for Jazz Chisholm. Miggy Rojas is the glue of a clubhouse. Miggy Rojas is the ambassador. Miggy Rojas is the player. It's who you want on your team. He's Udonis Haslem for those who are Heat fans. He's someone who you keep past their prime, past their even functional utility. You keep them around because they're not going to embarrass you, but you cannot expect World Series level performance. It's why he really hadn't played. Dave Roberts and Andrew Friedman get together and say, you know what? We got Pajes not hitting. We got Call, who's really no better. I think really we would be well served to have Edman play in center field and move Rojas into second base. Let's give him a start. Let's try. Miggy Rojas rewarded them by coming to the plate in the 9th inning, down a run, as Toronto was 2 defensive outs away from being world champions for the first time since 1993. Here comes the pitch. It can't be. Jeff Hoffman's the closer extraordinaire. He's the actual closer who was going to close the World Series, something we don't see very often. Jeff Hoffman delivers the pitch, not thinking he's got to be perfect because you got Miggy Rojas here. Miggy Rojas takes it, spin, turns it around. Jeff Hoffman looks. Miggy Rojas looks. The entire broadcast team looks, and actually Joe Davis, who follows the Dodgers all year long, said, quote, "No way." That's while the ball was in flight. He certainly was not just meaning no way that someone hit a game-tied home run in the 9th, though that would be potentially no way worthy, but not in this tone. The no way we got was no way. What you got in the Blue Jays dugout was NFW. What you got in the Dodgers dugout was Dave Roberts putting his hand to his head like, oh my God, it can't be that we're this smart. It can't be that we had no one to pinch hit for Miguel Rojas, and it was agreed that he would take his at-bats all game long, including against Hoffman, and then he goes deep to tie the game. It can't be. But it was. And all of a sudden, Game 7 is tied in the 9th inning. The thing is, when you're on the road, tie, not good. Because the home team, the Blue Jays team, only needs to scratch out 1 run in the bottom of the 9th to win the game. That's it. The Blue Jays come up in the bottom of the 9th. The tension, you can cut it with a knife. The inning looks like it's going perfectly. Bichette gets on, pinch run. You got a pinch run. We know the guy can't run. Bichette's been hurt. Bichette gave you a 3-run home run to take the lead. You watch Bichette not able to really run the bases. Bichette should not have been playing. All of a sudden, you got a man on third, man on second, man on first. Wait a minute, Yamamoto's giving up the bases loaded? We're 1 run away right now. We have a chance right now to win the World Series. We have under 2 outs. What should be our plan exactly? What shall we do? I want to stop the controversy because it's been driving me crazy. Isiah Kiner-Falefa, who was thrown out at home for the out in the 9th inning that cost the Blue Jays the World Series, did not have the proper secondary lead. IKF did not get the proper jump in a bases loaded situation with the ball on the ground. IKF was not told to take 2 steps closer to third base than you would normally take because of a double play that happened in game 6, which we haven't even spoken about. What the third base coach does there, it is a very simple situation in most cases. Regular season game number 111, you are taught, starting in spring training, your secondary lead at third is directly correlated to where the third baseman is playing. You have got to be able to dive back to the bag faster than a line drive can get to third base, and the third baseman can step on the bag. You can't be doubled off. A line drive to first, line drive to second, line drive to short, you're covered, you're back either way. A line drive to third is where the protection is. And so you calculate, and the third base coach helps you. That's their job. All right, you got another step, back one, step, back one. Because often the third baseman, he'll be jumping around, he'll be deking you, pretending he's coming to cover you, but you know very well where they are going to play Max Muncy because you know that Varsho is at the plate. And you know that Varsho going the other way would be the equivalent of me going the other way. It could happen. It never has before. The odds are slim. I don't know, a bottle of JD, decisions can get made. But the good odds are that he's going to pull the ball. Therefore, a line drive to Max Muncy, unlikely. On top of that, the secondary lead that he had was not even as far as it could be. The next thing the third baseman does, hey, anything on the ground, run. The bases are loaded. That's from Little League. When it's on the ground, you run like you've never run before. I'm not going to sit here and blame the World Series on IKF, and nor do I think Torontonians should, nor do I think there should be death threats or any kind of BS that I've heard is happening. But let's not try to cover up what happened with an explanation that makes all of us think that we're stupid, that we're being told by people, oh no, he did it exactly right. I understand why you want to protect IKF. I understand why you want to protect your third base coach, but you can bet your socks off that I'm making it known as president of the Blue Jays, this is what happened. This was a mistake. Whether I do it off the record, whether I do it with a leak, whether I do it in a direct conversation when I'm ready to meet the media, which the Blue Jays will be ready to meet the media as their offseason begins because they have a busy offseason, you've got to wear that. Of course, we don't even get to the part where right after that play, Ernie Clement's going to end the World Series. Hits a ball in a gap. Edman is removed from the game, not playing center field. They put in Pajes, who has the same batting average that I do in the World Series. The guy can't hit, but man, is he tall, man, can he field. Ernie Clement, who is the MVP of that World Series, if they win. People are saying it could be Barger, it could be Guerrero. Ernie Clement was a hitting machine. Ernie Clement broke the record. You've never seen a player in the history of the postseason in MLB get more hits than Ernie Clement. Reggie Jackson, notwithstanding, complaining because they played so many fewer games than today's players. I get it. Yes. Randy Arozarena having the record for most hits. True. He played in a bunch of games. Guess what? Clement played in fewer and got more hits. But I digress. There are a lot of old school players who are like, there weren't this many rounds. We couldn't get this many home runs. Because now all the stats are the most home runs in a postseason, the most home runs in franchise history. Yes, the more games you play in the postseason, the better. Can't deny that math, Reg. Ernie Clement having just, he's going to hit the ball, and he hits a gapper, and all of a sudden, Andy Paz, the ball is not really in the gap. It's just over the left fielder's head. It's over Kike Hernandez's head. Kike Hernandez is going back thinking that he can be Willie Mays. Spoiler alert, there's only one Willie Mays. Spoiler alert 2. When you are the executive or the manager and you're sitting by the dugout and you see the last name of your outfielder, something bad is happening. A ball's going over the fence, a ball's hitting the wall, a ball got between the legs or got past the outfielder on a ground ball or a line drive. When you see the name on the back of the uniform, something bad is happening. You're watching that game live and you're thinking the Blue Jays just won the World Series. The win probability when that ball's in the air for the Blue Jays has to be 99.99%, which it had been several other times during the course of the night, for crying out loud. Hernandez goes back. He's reaching out, and out of nowhere, did you realize how much taller Andy Pages was, the center fielder, the guy who can't hit, than Kiki Hernandez? I'll tell you one thing. When I was looking around and I'm seeing some guy come in, the first thing I thought, oh my God, is there a fan on the field? Is there a fan about to interfere and they're going to give Kiki Hernandez the actual catch because a fan is going to interfere? Is it possible that there is a Blue Jays fan that stupid who would think that would benefit his team? And I look again, and as it comes further into focus, it's a player. Andy Pages somehow finds a way, somehow runs over his own player and catches the ball. That's the play of the World Series. Not, I repeat, although that was a big play, but not Isiah Kiner-Falefa getting thrown out at home, though that was pretty stinky. The Pages catch, unbelievable. So listen, that's still only game 7. Before I get to a few things about the World Series, a few general comments, I would like to point out 3 things for you to think about. 1, how cool is it, no matter your love or hatred for the Dodgers, how cool is it that Clayton Kershaw is retiring as a 3-time champion? How cool is it that Clayton Kershaw got to win these World Series with the Dodgers, leaves his entire career with 3 rings? I think it's just amazing. 2, how cool is it that a guy named Will Smith is going to get a ring again? I was at a dinner last night where someone said, I can't believe that Will Smith has 6 rings. I saw it during the program. How does that guy have that many rings? Who did he play for other than the Dodgers? Okay, quick mistake, quick explanation, folks. Will Smith is 2 different players. Will Smith, the catcher for the Dodgers, has 3 rings. Will Smith, the pitcher for the Rangers and the Astros, has 3 rings. They just happen to all be in a row. So since 2020, a Will Smith has won a ring every year. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Will Smith, the catcher, in 20, 24, and 25. And then Will Smith, the pitcher, in 21, 22, 23. Look it up. It's a cool stat. Kids, change your name to Will Smith. You may win a World Series. Although Robert Ory's not a bad name to change yourself to. Will Smith was at the center of that game 7 because there we were in the 11th inning. Will Smith goes deep. You know, that's what was supposed to happen in game 3 before the 18th inning. That's the argument against the ghost runner, although my point was put the ghost runner in starting in the 12th inning, let him play normal 10th and 11th. Will Smith going deep and doing what he did in that way on the road, I must say that it is it's a compliment to a catcher. And I've been lucky enough to play with some really good catchers and have some really bad catchers, but some Hall of Famers, Pudge Rodriguez, etc. Just some brilliant catchers. It's so hard to catch. And what not enough people are talking about is Will Smith caught every inning of all 7 games, including all 18 innings of game 3. The guy caught 73 innings at the end of a season. You talk about the 2 types of players who are hurting the most at the end of a season, where you started in February and where the Dodgers opened in Japan and closed in Canada. You're looking at your arms and you're looking at your catcher.